Hey everybody, it's Louisa. Today I want to talk about something that I think everybody experiences practically every day of their lives, and that is being judgmental. Yeah, being judgmental. We do it often. So what is being judgmental? What is a judgmental thought? My definition of being judgmental or having judgmental thoughts is that it's an opinionated labeling of something, right? It's based on your opinions, probably based on past experiences, where you label something as good or bad, right or wrong, positive or negative. We do this all the time. We do it every single day. It's the moments where you tell yourself, oh, I'm an idiot, I'm so stupid. You know, the days where you go outside and it's freezing, you're like, oh, this damn cold weather, I hate this country, I hate living in Canada. It's when you're driving and you're encountering a lot of different drivers and, you know, right away they're jerks, they're idiots, they don't know how to drive. We do it all the time. Now, you may be wondering, what's the big deal with judging? Why is it such a bad thing? Like, why shouldn't we do it? Really, it's harmless. We're not really hurting anybody. It's not like we're going out and punching people in the face. Being judgmental and having judgmental thoughts can do harm on the body. And I'll tell you how that happens. There tends to be a cycle of what happens to you when you judge something. So here it is. Hear me out for a second. The first thing is that you get triggered. You get triggered by something usually external to you. Some person, some situation, some event, or it could even be internal. A thought, a feeling, something happens to you and you get triggered. The next step is that you have a judgmental thought about that trigger. Imagine you're driving on the road. Driving is a good example. Most of us do it every single day, and it's actually the source of most of our stress and anxiety is driving, traffic. So imagine you're driving on the road, you're heading home, and someone speeds up in front of you and cuts you off. Right away, that's your trigger. The second thing that happens is that you have a judgmental thought about that trigger. So, what a jerk, what an idiot, this guy doesn't know how to drive, what are you doing? You almost killed me. After that judgmental thought comes a reactive emotion. So you have an emotion that's attached to that judgment. So there's anger, rage, frustration, sometimes sadness, sometimes fear. There's some emotion brewing inside of you right after you have a judgmental thought. The next step is that you get tense. You hold a lot of tension in your body. Back to that example of driving on the road, you're going to find yourself gripping your steering wheel. Your shoulders are going to come up. You're going to start to hunch over, feel a lot of tightness in your chest, a lot of rigidity. The last step of the judgmental cycle is that you think about it over and over again. Oftentimes it's playing like a broken record in your mind. Now, some people are really good with letting things go. So things come up, they get a little judgy, and then they're able to get rid of it. But a lot of people out there can't get rid of it. And you hold on to those thoughts for many minutes, hours, sometimes even days. So that's the cycle. Trigger, judgmental thought, reactive emotion, tension in the body, ruminating thoughts. So negative judgments essentially make us feel bad. They give us really negative, visceral feelings. We tend to feel tense and tight and rigid. And for specific people who suffer from chronic pain or illness, these judgmental thoughts, they're going to make you feel even worse. I work very closely with people who have chronic pain, and time after time they tell me that when they're more stressed out, when they're more judgmental over things, they feel their pain worse. Judgments are so impulsive, they're so automatic. Oftentimes we're not even noticing that we're judging. It's this circuitry that's been laid down in the brain that we don't even realize that we're doing it. So one of the things that I teach people right from the onset in mindfulness training is start to pay attention to judgmental thoughts. Don't get too rigid about it. Don't try to stop the judging. Don't try to prevent it from happening. And certainly don't judge the judging. Just start to notice, how often do I judge? What do I judge? When do I judge? And are there patterns in my judgment? Do I judge more when I'm, cranky in the morning, tired? Do I judge more when I'm hungry? Do I judge more when I get home at night? Things are a mess and I have to cook and I have to clean and I have to take the dog out for a walk. Start to get very familiar with your patterning. Then you'll start to understand how often judgmental thoughts creep up on you. Being non-judgmental is one of the pillars of mindfulness. It's an opportunity to see things as they are without your opinionated, biased labeling over it. We do have the capacity to be non-judgmental. We do have this ability to just see things for what they are, without the labels, without the good or bad or the right or wrong. I hope you can think about judgmental thoughts in a different way. Start to become more aware of how often you do it, and you'll notice that it's much more automatic than you think it is. In my next video, I'm going to give you a technique to use when you find yourself in those moments of reactivity brewing. I'm really looking forward to sharing those insights with you. So that's it for today, everybody. I really do hope that this video was informative and educational. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so, and hit that like button below. Peace and love. See ya. Hold your wheel tightly, your driving wheel tightly. Driving wheel? Steering wheel? Steering wheel. I really am not enjoying this right now. Please subscribe. Blah, 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 up, up, boop, boop.